Hey everybody, Through Red Butter here, back again with another beer review, back again with another review of Treehouse beers, and today is a very special review. It's a versus, it's a matchup. A couple of weeks ago, Treehouse released 4 brand new double IPAs, which was part of a friendly in-house competition between brewers. It was the Brewer versus Brewer. Yeah, just the Brewer versus Brewer contest the first time. It was fan voted on. You get your 4 back home. You scan the QR code. You write your notes. You vote for your favorite beer. Also, they took into account the ratings on Untapped, which they didn't let people know ahead of time as to not influence, and that you didn't know who brewed which beer. You could see my review of those beers and of that competition from a few weeks ago. Interestingly enough, out of the 4 beers, the first contest, out of the 4, the one that eventually won, which was Whispers in the Wind, I actually voted as my least favorite of the 4. So, everyone's got a different palate. So, it looks like this Brewer versus Brewer competition is going to be a regular ongoing thing, at least for the foreseeable future. And they just released today. They released the video yesterday telling us about the new competition, this new round, and today all the beers were released. Last time it was 4 individual brewers brewing 4 individual beers. Now it's 2 teams of 2 on 2. They brought back 3 of the brewers in the first competition. The owner and founder, Nate, is not part of this competition. They brought in a brand new brewer who wasn't not brand new to the company, but someone who was not part of the competition last time. 2 versus 2 team. Last time they brewed a double IPA, 4 double IPAs. This time it's a single IPA, but the rules are no Citra hops. So we have 2 brand new beers released today for this second coming of the Brewer vs. Brewer competition. Both single IPAs. The first one over here comes in at an even 7%, 7.0% alcohol by volume. This is the Treehouse Hidden Gem in a gold and black can. So I used the gold glass for this one, no big deal. And the other one is, in keeping with the fact of the parameter of no Citra hops, this is the No Citra, No Problem. And very cool can art there. It's the Treehouse logo. I believe there's a painting of it at the Charlton Brewery. It's a winterized version of their Treehouse logo. Long stories on the back. They had a whole video of what ingredients they use, but also they've changed up their recipes as well. So you don't know, and as far as I know, I don't know which team brewed which one either. So after you're done, you'll see on the sides of the can QR codes, so you can go and make your vote. And probably the Untapped ratings ought to come in handy as well, but I don't know, let's shut up and let's get to the beers. Now, you can either get a 4-pack of each at the brewery, or they sell them in 4-packs of 2 each. That's what I opted for. I could do a full 4-pack of every single one. Alright, Hidden Gem. Pour it out there. Get that to the top. Don't go over. Don't even think about it. Oh, that's nice. Round of applause for me on that pour. Alright, so. And as always, when I do these, the first time I'm having it is the first time you're seeing me have it, so. First time opening a can, first time pouring it in, so it really gives it a more genuine feel. That's the way I feel, anyway. Don't go over. Don't do it. Look at that. Sometimes I know what I'm doing. Beautiful. So we'll let those get settled a little bit, I guess. We'll go right in. Alright, so for the Hidden Gem, got me a nice, that's 3 fingers of just tight, white, bright, fluffy, foamy head. Color coming in. It's got a nice dark orange appearance to it, completely turbid and murky. You can't see anything through it. Looks like a classic Treehouse IPA. Alright, so the No Citra, No Problem, same kind of head. A little bit lighter in color. It's not as dark orange, but it's definitely a dark orange. This one's darker on the scale. And again, same turbid murky body right there. All right, so we'll start here on my left, your right, with the hidden gem. Let's get an aroma. Lots of good bitterness. Getting them. Big whiff of grass coming through. Some ripe melon. Maybe some papaya notes. It doesn't smell all that sweet. First impressions, at least. Nice touch of dankness there on that whiff. Citrus peel a little bit right there. Yeah, pretty good all around. Let's get an aroma on no Citra, no problem. Much different than this one. Wow, okay. Yeah, it's interesting. What am I getting there? Not exactly not a fusel kind of aroma, but little like hot burn or something on it. Smells quite green. I don't mean green as in treehouse green, but smells pretty green and new out of the tank. I'm not gonna say it smells like spicy or anything, but it's got almost like a clean spice flavor to it. Flavor aroma. Like pine and spruce tip. But it does have like a big bite of spice and again maybe a little bit like a fusel alcohol kind of aroma. They smell very different, so we got two different beasts going on here. So let's get a taste. Yeah, it's hidden gem. Hidden gem, 7%. Oh, I don't think I said the ABV on this one. No Citra, no problem is 7.4%. So 7.4, 7.0 even. So I don't know. Let's get a taste on hidden gem. Cheers. Kind of weird to say. This is the kind of taste I would have expected from the aroma I got in this. This doesn't really live up to its aroma. Like it's very malt forward. It's got a much more sweetness on the taste than I was expecting. Than I was expecting based on the aroma. Yeah, this one is more like now. It's got those almost like fresh hop notes, kind of mossy and woodsy, you know, I'd say like tree bark, kind of one of those, something I would expect from a fresh hop ale. Like right at the aftertaste, I'm waiting for that second and third wave, that third wave of flavor. It's just a big bite of bitterness. At the same time, it tastes very clean. It's got kind of a stone fruit presence to it. Sweeter citrus right there again. Maybe almost like caramel as well. Yeah, it's not bad, but I mean, I know my reaction is making it seem like I'm really not into it. Yeah, it's not bad, but let's go for a taste on no Citra, no problem. Cheers. Actually, got a palate cleanse. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, from what I remember from the aroma, kind of like a fusel hop burn right there. Also similar to this one, it's got those stone fruit characteristics and a big bitter finish right there. Wow. Yeah, it's not tipping the tropical scales. It's not tipping the citrus scales on this one. Got a little bit of dankness right there at the end. Also similar to this one, it's got those fresh wet hop flavors of mossy, grassy hops and tree bark. The difference being this one is not as sweet. Yeah, it's not floral. It's not just it doesn't have a lot of citrus to it. Not a lot of tropical notes. Again, they just taste like wet hop ales, but this one's sweeter. This one maybe has touches of melon and lemon peel, so it's got more of a zest to it. Yeah, this one's definitely much sweeter. Sweeter citrus, caramel notes. Like, what am I getting on this one? Not quite like, hay or farmhouse ale kind of funk, but it's got to be like flaked oats or something. Yeah, maybe it is, because the mouthfeel on this one is noticeably softer and fluffier. Yeah, this one's got a thinner body, not watered down or anything, but this one's more drinkable because of the softer body. This one has really more of like a bigger, sweeter, maltier presence and sweeter citrus notes. Yeah, they're both interesting. Would I say they're, kind of, I guess, living up to the Treehouse IPA kind of portfolio of big juice bombs or even big bitter dank bombs? No, not really. They're definitely their own things. Both are noticeably dry. So as for my final score, final ratings, final verdict for each of these, we'll start with the hidden gem. Not really get much else out of the can, but yeah, gives me big time wet hop aromas and flavors. Yeah, maybe like a little more. like citrus. Citrus. Yeah, right. I'm rambling. This is going on too long, but yeah, sweeter citrus, sweeter malts, wet hop flavors, thinner body than this one. The no Citra, no problem. Similar in bitterness, but it's got a softer, creamier body. And definitely not as sweet as this one. Not as sweet on the citrus notes, sweeter on the not as sweet on the malts. But to the fluffier, thanks to the fluffier body, it's easier to drink. But both have notes of that wet hop flavor of that tree bark and moss and grass. Because this one has the better body. I mean, creamier feel. This one's easier to drink. I will give my nod in this heads up competition. My vote is for the no Citra, no problem. But they're not really. I guess you wouldn't say you wouldn't know these are Treehouse IPAs by if you didn't get them from the brewery themselves. You would think, oh well, they're just not that there's anything wrong with finding something at the store, but I mean, yeah, it's all right. It's not what you expect from the brewery, but I mean, they're solid. They're both solid, but head to head, the winner for me is no Citra, no problem. That's how my voting's going to go. I do have one more can of each. Maybe in a few days something will change, but that's my vote is no Citra, no problem. Number one. Number two, that's it for another Treehouse Brewer versus Brewer showdown. That's where my vote's going to go. Till next time, everybody. Cheers.